Hi and welcome to this video on the Illustra Camera Quick Start menu. Quick Start menu enables you to get your cameras up and running quickly and easily. Begin by logging into the Illustra Camera web GUI using the admin login credentials. I have logged into this camera before, but if this was a brand new camera out of the box and it was the first time you were logging into this camera, you would be presented with the Quick Start menu. From here, you'll be able to configure the camera settings and get it up and running. First tab we have under the Quick Start menu is TCP/IP. This is where you can configure your IP network settings. By default, all Illustra cameras are set to DHCP, which can be disabled if a static IP address is preferred for the camera. If you do change the IP address of the camera, it will require a reboot to apply the new IP address. We also have IP version 6 at the bottom, which can be disabled by using the checkbox on screen. Our next tab is the video stream settings, and it's from here where you can configure the settings for each video stream. From here, you'll be able to configure the streams for live video for this camera. Depending on which camera you're using, it may vary in the amount of available streams on said camera. You can then select the codec to be either H.264, H.265 or MJPEG. Again, this can vary depending on the camera that you're using and its functionality. For this video, we'll select H.264 and then we can configure the resolution by using the drop-down list as shown. We can then configure the frame rate and the GOP length by using the sliders on screen. If we had selected the MPEG codec, the MPEG quality slider would be available for us to edit as well. Then we have the rate control up where you can choose variable, constant or variable constant bitrate control. The additional settings below will change depending on which bitrate control you choose, which allows you then to manually configure the settings below. Our next tab is the Picture Basic tab. Here you can find the picture rotation options to flip or mirror the camera and corridor mode, which will manipulate the camera view for looking down long corridors. We then have the manual and auto focus and zoom settings, so you can focus the camera view on the main region of interest for the camera's purpose. And then we have the main exposure settings where you can fully configure the camera view to get the best picture quality possible. The exposure profiles and methods are custom pre-made settings that will automatically configure the camera settings to best suit the environment and location the camera is in. With profiles, you can set the camera for an indoor or outdoor location, or more specifically for license plate recognition or for a gaming environment like a casino. The exposure method can tailor suit the focus for specific regions within the camera view, again creating the best camera view possible. Below these settings, you can then manually adjust the additional exposure settings to really fine-tune the camera view to your specific requirements. Moving on to our next tab of Picture Additional, here we can adjust some additional settings to enable the likes of wide dynamic range, smart defog modes, and select the sensitivity of the day-night mode for the camera. We do also have the option to manually adjust the picture quality with the likes of color, contrast, and sharpness, for example. However, these are automatically configured when selecting the exposure profile and methods that we previously discussed. The next tabs we have are the Date, Time, and OSD menu. The Date and Time tab, you can select a camera-friendly name, the date format, the time in 12 or 24 hour, the time zone, and then the time can be set either manually from the drop-down boxes or by configuring an MTP if an NTP server is available on your network. The OSD tab will allow you to edit the appearance of the camera pane, showing information like date and time, camera name, or a specific user-defined message that can be typed into the field at the bottom of the screen.